America's political parties have spent billions of dollars trying to get more people to vote. They want you to vote for their party, of course. Yet, voter turnout remains lower in America than in the rest of the developed world. If you do not vote, and you can, maybe it's because you think that your vote doesn't matter. Maybe it's because politics don't interest you. Maybe it's because you don't think you have the time. What I want to prove to you is that your vote is worth its weight in gold. Some think about voting as a once every 4-year event, but the votes for local elected officials, the ones that you've never heard of, have a huge impact on the things that actually matter to you. They set your taxes, they run your local police department, they run your local schools, they fix potholes, or they ignore them. By conceding your right to vote to apathy or laziness, you concede your control of your surroundings in the most meaningful way possible. The nature of the political landscape is as controversial and complicated as ever in the United States. Campaign ads will tell you their candidate is more relatable and trustworthy than the other guy. And the next ad will air all the dirty laundry and scandals imaginable of the person you were just told to trust. For most people, this is exhausting and irrelevant to the struggles that they experience in their day-to-day lives. But if you cut through all the drama, the people we vote into office shape the place we live in. Did you vote in the most recent gubernatorial election? Did you miss your chance to have a say in who would keep you safe from the coronavirus? The governor is responsible for locking down the state, for increasing testing, and for making sure that the hospitals still function in a crisis. While you might not think voting is important, surely we can all agree that public health and hospitals are important. When considering whether you might vote this fall, I hope that this unprecedented crisis we are in right now is still on your mind. The consequences of last year's elections are the officials we are trusting to steer this ship. If you think we are being led by the best and brightest people in our country, then you should do whatever you can to keep them in power. If you think that we can do better, find out who wants to try to do better and give them your incredibly powerful vote. The saying goes, you can only complain if you vote. Many times I've had my peers say to me, why would I vote when both choices are bad? That kind of thinking is pushing so many young people away from civic engagement. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, third party, or even totally uninvolved, the outcome of elections matter. You know what you want out of government, so demand it of them. It's worth your time to know who has the power in your community and how they use that power. You're the only one capable of challenging it. The lesser of two evil arguments is tired, yes, but it's still relevant. I'm sure that you would speak up if you were maybe offered the choice between years in prison or community service. You wouldn't simply let fate take its course. If one evil is lesser, I believe one ought to do everything in their power to ensure that the lesser evil prevails over the greater evil. Sitting out of an election because you are not enthusiastic about either choice sends a signal to the powerful that young people don't vote. Why would politicians act on policies young people support when they won't gain any votes? If you have ever opened a history textbook, you should know voting is power. But the youngest voting bloc, Generation Z and the millennials, are failing themselves sitting out of elections. Before you dismiss voting as unimportant, consider if seniors, the most active voters, are likely to elect the kind of people that you want to control the millions and the billions of dollars that the government collects in taxes every year. You have opinions, you have values, you have priorities, so what's stopping you from having a say? What's stopping you from writing your congressman to tell them, I want better funding in my schools, or I want you to change this law? You're the only one they listen to. It's all about the little guy. In such a polarized landscape, where one candidate is running on a platform of ending immigration and the other is running on a platform of universal health care, can you really say you have no interest in either outcome? I'm not trying to say that one political party should be supported over the other, but it is so vital that you participate in the political discourse so that the things that you care about get the attention they deserve. A democracy only works if people believe in it. So get to the ballot box and make sure you use your vote to hear your voice.